You're welcome, faithful televiewers, for today's edition of Prime Flash on My Media Prime Television. With me, Audrey, Zatza. The President of the Republic of Cameroon, Paul Biya, has received in audience at the Unity Palace the Minister of Economy, Planning, Statistics and Regional Integration of Congo, Mrs. Ingrid Olga Ghislaine Ebuka Babakas, Special Envoy of President Denis Sassou Nguesso. This was yesterday, June 14, 2022. At the center of discussions, the food crisis born of the armed conflict between two states in Europe, Russia and Ukraine, and other important issues regarding the two neighboring countries. The special envoy equally declared carrying a sealed envelope intended for President Paul Biya, content of which has not been revealed. At least 126,000 candidates in various primary schools in the Anglophone subsystem of education and more than 337,000 pupils in the French subsystem of education began writing the first school living certificate and les épreuves du certificat d'études primaires CEP on June 14 nationwide. Let's look at how the pupils in Kumba Meme Division actually wrote the exams in this report signed Tamfu Sidwan.
As early as 6 a.m., pupils in Kumba 1, 2 and 3 subdivisions were accompanied to the various accommodation centers by their parents to sit in for the first school living certificate examination. In Kumba 2, the Inspector of Basic Education, Matuge Ivo, said the turnout was good as compared to last year, thanks to the security provided by the administration.
We want to thank the state for providing enough security in this our center. The children are in, the parents have all gone back home. As you can see, the atmosphere is very quiet.
The divisional officer of the subdivision, Edwin Kenangwana, also appreciated parents who turned out to ensure that their children sit in for the end of course examination.
This morning we were very impressed to see parents coming out massively to accompany their children to write this exam, and their coming out today is a sign of commitment. Is an indication that they know the importance of education and that they are not ready again to sacrifice the education of their children. The parents have proven that they are ready to go to any extent to ensure that their children go to school, write their exams, get their certificates, and be better persons tomorrow.
In Kumba 2 subdivision, 1,768 pupils sat in for the end of course examination, while in Kumba 3, 896 pupils also sat in, as explained by the Inspector of Basic Education.
The challenges I had during the government common entrance examination and the number of absentees due to the environmental situation that we find ourselves has not been the case today. Today, with the 900 registered candidates I have for this examination, I tell you, just 4 are absent, as per 55 during the common entrance. So I am very comfortable with the attendance as of now.
The issue of insecurity has also been a major problem, reason why pupils had to leave Kumba 2 and Kumba 3 to sit in for the examination in Kumba 1 subdivision.
It is no secret that we are having some insecurity in Kumba 2. And so we thank the senior divisional officer for, first of all, giving us an accommodation in Kumba 1 subdivision.
We are using this environment because it's an accommodating center which can accommodate our kids conveniently and with all the securities put in place.
Generally, the turnout in Kumba 1, 2 and 3 was encouraging as compared to last year.
We stay with our correspondent in Kumba, Tamfu Sidwan. Of Konye and Dikome wrote in Kumba 1 subdivision after their area has been declared or was declared a red zone area. Let's watch this report.
Due to the crisis in the northwest and southwest regions, Class 6 pupils from Konye subdivision have written their first school living certificate examination in an accommodation center created in Kumba 1 subdivision. The Inspector of Basic Education for Konye stated that the number of pupils who registered this year is encouraging as compared to last year.
This first school, it's so good. because the children, they have come. Like in my center, I have only one child who has not come out of 64 of them. Only one has not come. So I am saying that first school, the atmosphere of first school is better than that of common entrance.
He also stated that the crisis is still on, reason why they are writing out of Konye subdivision, which is now considered a red zone.
Actually, Konye is a no-go zone. Let us say the truth about it. Yes, it is true that to some extent they have accepted that schooling should go in Konye, but to a larger extent, when security is concerned, we cannot risk these children's period of going to school by saying that we must write in Konye. The infrastructures are not even there. The schools have been burnt down. So how do you put a child in an uncomfortable environment to write an exam?
Also writing in Kumba 1 Accommodation Center, where schools from Dikome-Balwe subdivision, Tian division, they are writing in Kumba due to the persistent armed battles that has made the area uncomfortable. Speaking off camera, the inspector of basic education for Dikome-Balwe said 79 pupils answered present at the written part of the first school living certificate examination. The first school living certificate examination and other academic activities in Dikome-Balwe as well as other areas of the Southwest region may only go hitch-free in the coming academic years if the crisis comes to a permanent end.
Territorial Administration Minister Paul Atanganji has addressed the land-grabbing issues in Limbe, the creation of chiefdoms and trafficking of weapons. He was speaking during a security coordination meeting at the Limbe City Council, as Catherine Ekongwe tells us.
Following the issue of land grabbing and the random creation of villages in Fako's vision, the Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, during a special consultative talk at the Limbe City Council deliberation chambers over the weekend, has reassured the management of Cameroon Development Corporation (CDC) that no inch of the corporation land will be lost illegally into the hands of unscrupulous individuals who create villages overnight in quest for lands at all costs.
Have deliberately asked the administration to put land titles in their names, which is not correct. The funds belong to the community, and the community is not one person. So what I'm telling the local administrative authorities, because at the level of the youth, where they have the consultative committee, where they chair, if a fund is coming to tell you to put an administrative document in his name, you should tell him no, it's not correct, because you are representing a community. So that's where you have to help us.
The minister also warned against the random creation of villages in the name of revamping lost villages and reassures the FACO members of parliament and senators that a commission has been created to look into the above complaints.
We have examined the two issues: the creation of columns, which are illegal or illegal, and land grabbing. But to solve the problem of land grabbing, we need the collaboration of the parliamentarians, the chiefs, the elites, so that we should at least know what has been done, what has gone wrong, and where we can correct the issues.
Speaking on behalf of the FACO MPs, the Honorable Member of Parliament for FACO East Constituency, Gladys Etombi, thanked Minister Atanganji for his prompt reaction to this problem that has been tearing the division apart, while begging on the administrators to always carry out deep investigations before implementing their decisions. The highly attended meeting brought together FACO administrators, senior security officials, members of parliament and senators, some local chiefs, among others.
President Paul Biya has ordered the disbursement of 181 million francs CFA as match bonus to Indomitable Lions who qualified the national team for the Qatar FIFA World Cup. An information contained in a press release signed by the head of state recently, Cynthia Azanu.
donation of 181 million by the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, was disclosed by the Minister of Sports and Physical Education, Professor Narcisse Muele Kombi. In a letter addressed to the captain of the Lions, Vincent Abubakar, the Minister of Sports and Physical Education said the special bonus is in line with the promise made by the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, prior to the qualifications. This letter reads, the head of state has given his accord for the exceptional prize to be given to the Lions. The match bonus worth 181 million will be deducted from the coffers of the Minister of Sports and Physical Education according to the rules of participation and will be deposited in the individual bank accounts of the teammates and technical staff of the national team. In total, more than 530 million francs CFA has been paid to the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon as bonuses for their last World Cup qualifier against Algeria. It is worth noting that Cameroon defeated Algeria in a match this year in the playoffs qualifier in the World Cup in Qatar.
In commemoration of the World Blood Donor Day, which takes place every 14th of June, a group of volunteers were at the headquarters of the Cameroonian Red Cross in Yaoundé to give a little of their blood to health facilities deployed on the site. Presiding over the ceremony organized for the occasion by the National Blood Transfusion Center, the Minister of Public Health, Dr. Manauda Malachi, encouraged volunteers to get involved in order to save more lives. The Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon will this Wednesday, June 15, face their counterparts from Senegal in an international friendly match in Douala. The two qualified teams for the upcoming Female Nations Cup will again meet next Saturday still in Douala for the returning leg of the test matches. And out of the country, the Rwanda asylum flight has been cancelled after legal action. The first flight due to take asylum seekers from UK to Rwanda was cancelled minutes before taking off after legal rulings on Tuesday evening. Up to 7 people had been expected to be removed to the East African country, but the flight was reportedly stopped after a late intervention from the European Court of Human Rights led to fresh challenges in the UK courts. Following this, the Rwandan government has said it remained committed to its deal with the UK and that they ain't discouraged by the failure of the first flight to depart. That was it for today's edition of Prime Flash, produced by Elvis, Modika. Thanks for watching, faithful viewers. We take the rendezvous tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Meanwhile, stay glued for more programs on the African Eye. Have a nice time.